Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa weren't just admired for their love story. They were celebrated as one of the rare couples in entertainment who seemed to balance fame, family, and romance with grace. Kelly, the sharp-witted, ever-charismatic host of Live with Kelly and Mark, brought humor and heart to millions of viewers each morning. Mark, the confident actor known for roles in Riverdale and All My Children, was her steady partner, both on-screen and off. For decades, their marriage was portrayed as unshakable, an enviable union that stood strong despite the chaos of Hollywood. They raised 3 children together, walked countless red carpets hand in hand, and supported each other through careers that often demanded more than most couples could endure. But insiders now claim that beneath that polished surface, cracks began to form. And when Mark reportedly came forward with a confession that would shake any marriage, Kelly's reaction left even their closest friends stunned. For years, fans held up Mark and Kelly as proof that love could last in Hollywood. They met on the set of All My Children in the 1990s. Kelly played the bold and outspoken Haley Vaughn, while Mark took on the role of Mateo Santos. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, but what many didn't know at the time was that sparks were also flying off-screen. Within a year, they were married, in a ceremony so private and spontaneous that even their closest friends didn't see it coming. It was a love story straight out of a fairy tale. Over the decades, Kelly would gush about Mark in interviews, calling him her rock, her partner in everything. Mark, equally devoted, often credited Kelly for being the glue that kept their family together. To the outside world, they seemed invincible. But as every married couple knows, love is complicated, and fame has a way of magnifying even the smallest cracks. According to reports from those close to the couple, the turning point came quietly. Behind closed doors, away from the cameras and the laughter of their show, Mark allegedly admitted something that changed everything. He confessed to Kelly that he had crossed a line. The details remain murky. Some suggest it was an emotional connection with someone outside the marriage, while others hint at something more physical. What mattered most, however, wasn't the specifics, it was the trust. Kelly, a woman who built her life around loyalty and honesty, suddenly found herself staring at the possibility that the foundation of her marriage had been shaken. Imagine being in Kelly's shoes. For decades, she had stood by Mark through career highs and personal challenges, all while juggling the responsibilities of raising 3 children and running a household under the public eye. Now, in the privacy of their home, she was faced with a betrayal she never anticipated. When faced with Mark's confession, Kelly's reaction wasn't explosive. She didn't storm out, she didn't throw accusations or unleash anger. Instead, she did what those who know her best say she has always done. She showed composure. Sources reveal that Kelly listened. She absorbed the words. And then, in her quiet but unwavering way, she made her stance clear. For Kelly, staying in a relationship that had lost its trust wasn't an option. Her decision to step back wasn't about drama, it was about dignity. Those in their inner circle were shocked. Many assumed that if any couple in Hollywood could survive such a storm, it would be Mark and Kelly. They had weathered long-distance work schedules, the pressures of raising children in the spotlight, and even the grind of working side by side on live television. But this was different. Kelly's choice sent ripples through their family and friends. It wasn't about appearances. It wasn't about maintaining their status as America's sweethearts. It was about self-respect. For Mark, the weight of Kelly's reaction reportedly hit harder than he ever imagined. This was the woman who had stood by his side for nearly 30 years, the woman he had called his best friend, his soulmate, his everything. Now, to face the possibility of losing her because of his own actions was a consequence he never anticipated. Those close to Mark say he has been deeply reflective, that he has questioned why he risked the one relationship that had redefined him. For years, Mark has spoken publicly about Kelly, about how she brought light to his darkest moments, how she grounded him in ways no one else could. Now all of that seemed fragile. The image of Mark Consuelos, the devoted husband and father, was colliding with the reality of a marriage on the brink. When whispers of Mark's confession and Kelly's decision began to surface, the public reaction was swift and divided. Social media lit up with disbelief. Fans who had long admired Kelly and Mark's marriage struggled to reconcile the headlines with the couple they thought they knew. Many voiced support for Kelly, applauding her strength and her unwillingness to compromise her values. She deserves better, some wrote. No amount of fame or money should excuse betrayal. Others, however, clung to hope. They wondered if this was just another chapter in a long love story, one that could still end in forgiveness and reconciliation. Because for many, Mark and Kelly weren't just celebrities. They were role models, proof that love could survive fame, proof that marriage, even under pressure, could last. Beyond the drama, Kelly's quiet but firm response has sparked a much larger conversation. What does trust really mean in a marriage? Can betrayal ever be undone? And is walking away an act of strength or surrender? For Kelly, it seems the answer was clear. Her choice wasn't about punishing Mark. It was about honoring herself, about recognizing that dignity and self-respect can't be sacrificed even for love. In many ways, Kelly's example has become a reminder, not just to fans, but to anyone who has ever faced betrayal, that self-worth must always come first. The question everyone is asking now, is this truly the end for Mark and Kelly? Reports suggest that Mark is desperate to make amends, that he's willing to do whatever it takes to rebuild what was lost. But Kelly's stance remains firm. She has not spoken publicly about the situation, but her actions speak louder than words. Stepping back, choosing silence over spectacle, Kelly has once again shown the poise and clarity that have defined her throughout her career. As for Mark, the journey ahead may be the most difficult role he has ever played, not as an actor, but as a husband trying to earn back the trust of the woman he loves. This shocking twist in Mark and Kelly's story reminds us of something important, that even the most glamorous marriages are not immune to heartbreak, that even couples who seem perfect from the outside face struggles behind closed doors. Mark's alleged confession and Kelly's dignified decision to step back have left fans stunned, sparking debates across the globe about loyalty, honesty, and the choices we make in relationships. And perhaps in the end, that is the real lesson here. That no matter who you are, no matter how famous, how wealthy, or how admired, trust is the one thing no relationship can survive without. So now we turn to you. Do you think Kelly was right to take such a firm stance? Or should Mark be given a chance to make amends and rebuild the trust they once had? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive into the stories that truly move us. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.